Welcome to the season finale for Estes Park, Colorado and Rocky Mountain National Park. Today we're going to be talking about some things you should probably know if you're going to be visiting the area and some of our favorite activities that we did around Estes Park. I'm Jeffrey and this is Destination Debrief. Well, Estes Park, it's been fun, but it's time to go.
Definitely ready.
Have you been to Rocky Mountain National Park or Estes Park, Colorado? If so, what were some of your favorite activities? Let us know in the comments as you follow along, and be sure to smash that subscribe button. Before we get to our favorite activities, we're going to start with some things you should probably know when visiting the area. The closest major airport to Estes Park is Denver International, which is about 80 to 90 minutes away. Since we don't live close enough to the Rockies to drive, we flew into Denver and rented a car to get there. The first part of the drive is kind of boring, but once you get about 30 minutes from Estes Park, the surroundings get much more interesting with each passing mile. So we had to do the same drive when it was time to go back home, and built in extra time that morning for our flight to account for any traffic and stops for gas. Another thing to keep in mind is the high altitude. If you're not used to being up in the mountains or the lower oxygen that there is up there, you're probably going to get winded much faster than usual. All this uphill is killing us. Need a break. It's about a quarter-mile section or so that I guess is just uphill, uphill, uphill. I don't remember how many hundreds of feet it gains in that quarter mile, but I know it's a decent amount. Whew. Don't assume it's going to be hot or cold either, as it will likely change depending on the time of day and the amount of shade or wind you're dealing with. This can seem like a bit of a no-brainer, but it was staggering how much the temperatures seemed to swing in different areas of the trail. I kept taking my jacket off and then putting it right back on 10 minutes later. Also, don't forget to hydrate, but that's more of an everyday rule regardless of where you are at the time. Finally, I want to talk about the views you're going to find available when you're in Rocky Mountain National Park. Now, the name can be a little misleading because it's not always rocky. Now, some of the overlooks you come across for the Rockies will fit the namesake and be much more stone-filled than others. There are many, though, that are covered in grass and trees, which only adds to the variety of landscapes that you can experience. There are some areas that even feel almost like you're in a gallery viewing the work of a famous artist, rather than the natural landscape of Colorado. And make sure you take plenty of photos. Now that we've covered the basics, it's time to get into our favorite experiences of this trip. Let's start with the best hike. But to do that, we have to start with our least favorite hike. It's okay, let me explain. Glacier Gorge Trailhead had a short trail that is only about 0.6 miles that goes up to Alberta Falls. It's an easy hike that comes highly rated, but the falls are partially hidden behind the rock outcropping of the landscape. So the end of this trail is a bit of a letdown. Now, why do I bring this up as a precursor to our Best of the Rockies list? Well, to get to where we wanted to go, you have to first do the hike up to Alberta Falls. The reason for this is the trail doesn't just stop at Alberta Falls. It continues on past there up toward Mills Lake, which I have to say was hands down the best view we had on any of the trails we hiked. We just had to keep walking past something that was decent, but not all that extraordinary to find this gorgeous view. What do you think? Was it worth it? Speaking of taking a few more steps to find something that much better, check out this other great trail. Loch Vale, which is on the same trail that carries on past Alberta Falls, was difficult for someone as out of shape and not used to the oxygen at higher altitudes like myself. And I was a bit underwhelmed when we reached the end. It wasn't a bad view, it just wasn't exactly what I expected.
It was then that we realized we had a chance to find a better spot. Pushing onward along the water's edge, we came around a bend in the peninsula that stuck out into the lake and stumbled across a view that made all that huffing and puffing up those mountain switchbacks worthwhile. Now I know what you might be thinking. Jeffrey, we haven't talked about food yet. Don't worry, we got you covered there as well. We had a variety of food such as chicken, Mexican, Italian, but I have to tell you, the best thing we had was just a burger. It stuck out above all the rest, and it can actually easily be missed if you don't know where to find it. Hidden behind a Sinclair's gas station, that's right, a gas station, is a drive-through window for Fresh Burger Stop. There aren't any large signs advertising its location, so it's pretty easy to drive on by and not even realize it's there. But it's well worth adding this to your next trip through Estes Park. I got the double bacon cheeseburger with no pickles or onions, because I can have grilled onions every now and then, but pickles, bleh. Here we go. That's pretty good. Yeah. Fresh Burger Stop. I'm gonna do some bad stuff to this burger. You don't want to watch. No, you don't want to watch. Tell me something. Do you have a sweet tooth like me? Do you have to have dessert after your meal because it's just not really complete without it? Then let me tell you, you need pie. Alright, blueberry pie was recommended. That's really good. Oh wow. That's really good. Alright, we've covered great views, we've covered great eats. Now it's time for great adventure. Our best in show for Estes Park, Colorado is Backbone Adventures. But don't just take my word for it. Take a look. We had a blast in that side-by-side, but we also had to be aware that we might not be the only ones on the trail. We actually had to drive by somebody twice that was walking their dog. The reason being is, we slowed down to pass them, we were trying to be respectful, and then we got to a dead end and had to turn around and go right past them again.
Last time, I promise.
But once we got past them, we were able to have more fun tearing up those trails.
That was fun. And my glasses and me is dirty.
And those are our picks. Do you agree, disagree, or maybe have some other things that we should check out next time we're there? Let us know in the comments. We're going to end this season of Destination Debrief with a total cost breakdown of our trip to Estes Park and Rocky Mountain National Park, so you can see if this might fit into the budget for your future vacations. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week with a brand new season as we visit San Antonio, Texas.